I'm trying to think of like who looks really, really good and has stayed looking really, really good for a long time. Well, there's countless people, and I'm sure many of them.
I mean, you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's not be crazy. Like, you.
Well, that's very sweet.
You're 100 years old. Pablo is here doing a little bit of work.
Okay.
On the windows outside. And so it's a little loud. It just sounds like right now I think he's finishing up for today, but it's like kind of loud. Sorry.
That's okay.
Are you on the red eye tonight?
I'm on the red eye tonight. Reddish. You're so quiet.
Oh, let me turn my volume up. Thank you for reminding me. Because I did a podcast yesterday, as a matter of fact. By the other day, I mean yesterday. I was a guest on my friend Allison Roman's podcast, their holiday specials.
Oh, nice. That was nice.
And you know one thing about me, Caissie?
What?
I'm a nice fucking person.
I know that.
You know?
I know that.
Turns out.
First of all, let's discuss the elephant in the room, which is...
What's that?
I'm wearing
There's
a
an elephant?
bathrobe that I thought... I never really wear it with nothing underneath it. And it's very
70s.
It's very boobsy. Yeah. It's very like... It's weird. It's like meant to be a sexy robe, but it's also made of polar fleece. So I don't know if those two things can like exist together. But it's my warmest robe because our HVAC is broken here in Los Angeles, California. Coldest November in a minute.
Well, I don't know. I was just in LA and it was gorge. So
well,
I guess it was cold when I left.
You took
I
the
guess it
heat
got cold
with
when I left.
you. Yeah. So I've just been like, it was just a whole deal. I just went and took a scalding hot shower, almost made myself faint because the water was too hot. And that is not something a little fragile connective tissue disorder woman should do.
I take the hottest showers and baths.
Yeah.
I take the hottest baths. I submerge myself like a lobster.
Yeah.
I make it like the perfect temperature when I get in, but it's like low, and then I just put it on the hottest it can be. So I just get like boiled to death.
Yeah. I do that too, but for me, in my experience, I am a passer outer. I've almost passed out getting out of the hot tub. I've been lectured by Matthew about that. I have 100% had to have someone bring me ice water when I'm in too hot of a shower. And very often I will have to get out mid-shower if it's too hot and sit dripping wet on the toilet to make sure that I don't black out. It's very, all the things I'm describing are very sexy.
Do you ever do, but this is what I do in my hot baths. I have a big cup of ice cold water.
Yeah. I mean, if I was smart, I would bring a drink into... I don't take a great number of baths because that's a guaranteed almost passing out for me. But sometimes I'm like, I'm going to take a quick shower. You wouldn't think that you'd need to bring a fucking Stanley cup of ice water into the shower with you. And yet there are times when I don't make it through a quick shower where, say, like, I'm not even shaving. I won't even make it through that. So anyway, today was one of those. I took a deliberately hot shower to try to warm up because I'm like a popsicle person. And then I went and stood by the fire for a little while. I'm glad I didn't set my robe on fire. That would have been a bummer. And now I'm in my robe because it's like my warmest robe, even though my tits are hanging out of it.
I think it's okay. I don't see your tits.
It's just...
We're above the tits.
Yeah.
We're above the tits. We're post tits. Also, I'm freezing. I've been freezing.
Oh, no.
And everyone keeps telling me like...
That's it. That's the end of the podcast for today.
By the way, it's fucking the end. It's the end. This is the end. We've hit it. We've done it. We're at the end.
Busy just dropped her laptop.
Everything's gone. We're done.
It's fine.
We're done here. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
All better. Anyway. So now you know what's going on with me. No heat.
That's not acceptable.
Well, it's in the process of being fixed, but I guess our unit is under warranty still. So that's the reason it's taking so long, because they apparently owe us a repair. And so they're just, not in a rush to do it.
No, they're going to take their sweet ass fucking time.
Sweet ass time. Anyway, but I'm happy that, it's in the works. I'm going to pop a can right now.
Well, if everything weren't all, spinning off its fucking axis already, do you want to know about the call I got from my daughter in Sweden today?
Oh, God. Yeah, I do. I mean, do I? Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should all know about it. That there are pamphlets being passed out in Sweden and Norway about what to do if war starts.
Wow. I mean, I did see that undersea cable was cut between Sweden and Lithuania. Is that correct?
Bitch, I don't know. I'm not looking at anything right now. Okay. All I'm getting my news from a fucking 16-year-old in boarding school. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, a cable was cut.
Yeah.
They're passing out pamphlets on what to do if war starts. And then she said, if the U.S. leaves NATO, I have to come home. And then I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? We're in we're in hell.
Yeah.
No, I think I actually have thought a lot about it. And I think we're in the good place.
Which is the bad place. Spoiler alert.
If you didn't watch The Good Place, it's too late. The good place is the bad place, okay? We're in the fucking bad place, you guys. We're in the bad place. And I'm sorry to all of us that we have to deal with that. The fact that whatever we did put us here, but we're in the fucking bad place. And I don't know how we're going to I don't know how we get out.
Yeah, I felt like I saw people really falling apart yesterday. For the first time, it seemed like kind of that numbness and stages of grief, right? So anger.
I know them so well.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you do. I think we'd all love to stop going through them. I think is a point that, just for a minute. Yeah. Did Birdie say they had any good tips about what to do if there's a war?
TBH, I was sort of just like, I was just at this J. Crew pop-up.
Oh, God.
So I was and Westman Atelier, the makeup, and I was like, cool, girl. Listen, everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna get my shade matched for some under eye concealer. We'll talk later. You're gonna be fine.
Oh my gosh. Was she worried?
If I wasn't the mother of the year already. If I wasn't the mother of the goddamn year already. No, she was like, I literally was like, I was like, I'm at this thing. What? I mean, it's going to be okay. And then she was like, oh no, wait, go get makeup. Go get free makeup.
Listen,
so
she
priorities.
Has her priorities too. Yeah. Well, I'm glad she doesn't feel scared right now. That would make everything harder. I can already imagine it's very hard to have her far away at this time. But I also know that the people that she's there at school with have proven to be very responsible and helpful.
Just Sarah, who saved her life, but Sarah's back in Westchester. Sarah's here. Oh God, Jesus Christ.
Well, I feel like her house parents have taken really good care of her, and
No,
you know,
of course.
yeah.
No. It's no, it's going to be fine. I mean, it's going to be fine. Is she any safer or less? Is there any better or what? Who knows where to be?
Well,
how could we know?
We can't know
where to be.
We can't know.
There's nowhere to be.
Right.
I don't know. We don't have it. There's nowhere to go. We're here.
Right.
In the good place, aka the fucking bad place. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. How are you? How's your under eyes?
My computer's about to kill me. Okay, there we go. Maybe this will work. Okay. I got it.
They're looking good.
It's okay. Yeah, I got a sinus infection, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. No one didn't see that one coming.
It's been a while since you've had a sinus infection.
Yes.
Where
It has been a while.
as it used to be pretty frequent. I feel like they plagued you. So don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. Nope.
Oh
No.
my God. I tried
I'm drinking my one mini Coke a day.
You're allowing yourself one mini Coca-Cola per day?
Generally speaking, generally speaking, I drink some amount of Coca-Cola a day, whether it's a sip from Birdie or a can. But a mini can is really the perfect amount of Coke, I would say.
Yeah.
And so it's not every day.
That's the Coke Busy Phillips is actually on.
Remember when somebody thought I was on Coke?
I do. That's
on
why
Seth Meyers.
That's why I said that.
Never have done it, guys. Never have done cocaine. Never in my life. Done a lot of other drugs, never cocaine.
Well,
I never wanted to snort anything up my nose because my nose is perfect. And I was afraid.
you don't want to risk it.
Why would I?
Yeah.
Why would you risk something that's like, I'm not a self-sabotager.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel you.
I'm aware of what I want to keep the things that are good. I'm not a person that wants to ruin good things.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I get it.
I don't have a desire to do that.
Yeah. I've
people
never
do.
used cocaine either. I haven't used a lot of drugs, but I have specifically and especially never used cocaine.
Is that because your dad did?
I mean, I don't think that was like his main drug of choice. I think actually he was into some worse stuff maybe. But no, I just feel like it was like we talk so much about the time periods we grew up in, and I think like I saw like people older than me in the 80s using cocaine. It was like kind of like a club drug back then, and I think
A real bonfire of the vanities moment.
exactly. And I think that like probably my segment of Gen X thought of like cocaine users as losers, which is kind of funny actually because you know, like you have to be at least somewhat successful at something to get your hands on cocaine. It's expensive. It's an expensive
I guess so.
commodity.
I don't know.
It was at that
don't know.
time. You have to be successful at something, you know, however you're getting it. But yeah, so I just think I was like, oh, that's like, it seems like such a dirtbag thing to do. And then I just never really got the opportunity to use it because I guess like, you know, people can see your vibes. They can be like, she's not a cocaine girl. Yeah, so
Yeah.
but it seems like recently it's coming like it seems like it's back in a way, like in the way that like people are talking about roller skating again.
Yeah. I have roller skates. I haven't used them.
I'm glad because I feel like roller skates they're scary. I've been roller skating recently and it was scary to me. I couldn't believe it. It's only like you're like 4 inches off the ground. But I was like, the last time I went roller skating, I definitely wasn't worried about breaking a hip. But this time, yes.
I don't think you would break a hip.
I don't know. My husband was roller
I don't
skating. My friend Meredith was roller skating. They were doing great, but I was like, I quickly sat it out. There was no reason. What's the reason, you know? I didn't need a roller skate.
Listen, literally, what is the fucking reason? Tell me what the fucking reason is.
I didn't need a roller
for
skate.
anything at this point. Tell me. I'm interested to know. What is the fucking reason?
I guess maybe we don't know until we know, you know?
I guess we don't know until we know. We can't know until we know.
We can't know until we know.
Can never know until we know.
And by the way,
sometimes we don't know.
We'll never know if anyone knows. So we're all just assuming that we're doing this to eventually know, but we don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think we know. I think we'll know.
Okay.
I think we know. I think we will know. Maybe.
Yeah.
No. This episode of Busy Phillips is Doing Her Best is brought to you by Wild Grain. What? You guys, get into it.
The holiday season is here, and it's time to start baking delicious homemade favorites with your family and friends. And you know that Wild Grain is our favorite homemade favorite.
Yeah, because I don't know about you, but I'm not baking from scratch. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I don't have the time. But you know what I can do? I can get Wild Grain because I can get all of their like fresh baked breads and pastries and their winter pastries and like, oh my gosh, it's so good. And their homemade pastas and they're frozen and everything is like, okay, if you don't know what Wild Grain is, it's the first baked from frozen subscription box for artisanal breads, pastries, and pastas. Like during COVID, I did not get into the sourdough life. I cannot keep a starter alive to save my life.
We're trying to keep ourselves alive.
True. But Wild Grain is incredible. And their boxes are fully customizable to your tastes and dietary restrictions. In addition to their classic variety box, they recently launched a new gluten-free box and a plant-based box for Emily BB.
Oh, Emily, lucky girl.
It's 100% vegan. Best of all, they really take the hassle out of baking since all of the items bake from frozen in 25 minutes or less. No mess, no cleanup. Your house smells like freshly baked bread. People are going to think you're a genius and you're going to be like, it's Wild Grain.
Or don't.
Or don't tell them that.
Just take their
credit. Don't keep it to yourself. Well, don't gatekeep, but like also you don't have to tell them in that moment.
You were the person who was smart enough to order Wild Grain. You deserve some credit.
Yeah. Also, you're the person that's smart enough to use our code because Wild Grain is offering our listeners $30 off the first box plus a free item in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/busy. You heard me right. You can now get $30 off your first customized box when you go to wildgrain.com/busy, or you can use promo code busy at the checkout. Impress your guests with minimal effort this holiday season with Wild Grain. Honey love, my honey love, you keep my butt lifted, honey love. That's a good one. The shapewear that Honey Love makes is my absolute favorite. I just reorganized my closet, a thing I do twice a year, and got rid of a ton of stuff. But you know what I'm holding on to? My Honey Love shapewear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
That Honey Love shapewear holds up. And like, I really put it through the ringer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's doing the work when I'm wearing it.
It's doing the work.
And then I wash it according to the instructions. And it's like it's brand new. And really, my Honey Love shapewear, I have one piece that is like my main piece that I use, and I've just washed it over and over, and it's like brand new.
Well, I also just love that it's not like bulky. There's no bulky fabrics that's like trapping heat. And their bras have supportive bonding, and you don't need underwire.
Right.
But you still get like a good lift.
Yeah.
And the reason why I love the shapewear so much, it's become my favorite one, is because of the targeted compression that they use. So you don't feel like you're like suffocating or you're going to get really bad gas pains. I'm not kidding.
Right.
But it's like totally effective shapewear. It like smooths it out where you want it. It like boosts it up where you need it. And honestly, you're going to love it. It's also, Honey Love is as easy to put on as it is to take off, because I don't think shapewear should be hard. Their products definitely make you look good and feel good. You've got lots of parties coming up, ladies. I'm telling you, give yourself the gift of comfort this holiday season, whether it's a big Thanksgiving dinner or one of the many cookie parties you're going to attend or whatever. Maybe it's just like you're going to the office that day and you want a little boost of confidence.
You need a little
Honey
boost.
Love. Honey Love. Honey Love. Treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear on the market and save up to 50% off site-wide at honeylove.com/best20 this month only. Inventory is limited and the sale ends soon, so don't miss their best deals of the year. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support our little show. Tell them we sent you. Elevate your comfort, elevate your style. Thanks to Honey Love.
How are you feeling about the aliens in the ocean?
I don't understand why they're in the ocean.
Apparently, that's where they've always been.
I mean, it tracks.
It tracks. Apparently, I think I have the details right, but honestly, like I'm getting my information from TikToks.
I mean, same. Mine is just from a guy doing a bit of the aliens in the ocean where he's like, they're like drinking wine or whatever. I don't even fucking know.
So apparently there's aliens in the ocean. Apparently they live in really tall dwellings. I think the aliens are really tall, but I could just be extrapolating that from like that they need tall.
But where? Which ocean? What ocean?
Some oceans.
What ocean? Are Pacific? Are we in the Atlantic?
I'm gonna say I would prefer to live in the Pacific
Indian?
if I was an alien. I think
why?
Because like the Atlantic Ocean is rocky and brackish, and it's like it's not the best. Maybe you'd want to be like more hidden, but
yeah,
I think the Atlantic Ocean is like a tougher ocean in a lot of ways. But I'm speaking strictly as like a beach goer, so I've never gone to the bottom of either of these oceans, so I can't speak to that. I don't know. I think the aliens are tall, but because they live in tall buildings, but we live in tall buildings and we're not exceptionally tall always. So I don't know why I think that's true. Apparently, I think there are supposedly supposed to be like alien human hybrids. Some people say they're among us. Some people thought in that hearing that we were watching that some aliens were sitting there like watching it. They were zooming in on people watching it and being like, this lady's definitely an alien. This man is 100% part alien. And then what else? Oh, I think they said something about there are people on Earth that receive compensation for having been injured by UFOs, I think. So
what kind of compensation?
I guess like a disability
monetary?
check or what? Yeah, like monetary
from the government.
Yeah, I guess
from our government.
Yeah, I guess so.
Motherfuckers.
We've given people money for stupider.
One of my best friends from high school, Brett, when we were in high school, he told me that this blue light flew from the sky. He was watching it out of his bedroom window. He like woke up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was this like blue light and it was super far away. And then it like got really close. And then it just came into his bedroom. And then it just went into his mouth and it went into his body.
Whoa.
And like we definitely were ravers and we did drugs.
Right. So it could.
But also, I don't know. He was not on drugs then. Like he was like, just like it was like a school night. He was just like sleeping.
Yeah. I'll also say I won't name the person because they're pretty famous, but somebody once texted me from a place that they were, and they said, I'm standing on the beach in this place. It wasn't in the United States. And there are a lot of people standing here, and we are definitely seeing like a battalion of UFOs. We 100% are. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Why are you texting this to me, of all people?
Pre-cell phones? No, texting.
Yeah, texting. And the person said, I just felt like you would be the person who would believe me saying this unbelievable thing and not ridicule me for it. And I did not ridicule them. But anyway, yeah. A whole bunch of people. And then I looked online and I saw people like posting pictures and saying, and I get why this person didn't take pictures and post them, because, you know, if you rely on the public to, you know, think that a certain thing about you.
I want to see these pictures.
Yeah, I mean, they're out there. They're out there. But anyway, so aliens maybe? But then there's people that are like, you know, the government trots out all this alien disclosure whenever like they want to distract us from something, which is also, you know, maybe we trot out all this government stuff when they want to distract us from aliens. I don't know. Anyway, if you have any alien intel, if you know an alien, if you are part alien, if you've seen an alien.
Well, Jamie Voslov is part of that alien tribe.
Oh, yeah. She's super.
Or whatever.
Yeah, she's super into.
Right?
Yeah. A lot of people that are like into astrology and, you know, channeling spirits and things like that. They're super into it. Listen, I think it would be arrogant to think that we're alone in the universe. And also, I think like a lot of kind of reputable physicists sort of, you know, believe in things that like your average non-physicist would find unbelievable. So, you know, there's that. And then I saw a thing, somebody said their dad was like a long time, like a career Navy guy. And they said to their dad, like, did you see what they said about there might be aliens in the ocean? And the dad said, we have as many things in the ocean as we do out of the ocean. And that made sense to me. Like,
wait, that does make sense.
It's very logical.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Totally. I mean, I do think that stingrays' little bodies look like aliens.
I know. Have you ever seen when a baby stingray looks like?
Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm saying.
So cute. They look like little alive raviolis.
Also, can I just ask this question?
Yeah.
Like, when did axolotls all of a sudden appear? Because axolotls, I think, must be aliens. And all of this, and I never even fucking heard of an axolotl until 5 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
axolotls did not exist. I'm sorry. They didn't exist. They didn't.
It's like,
do you remember axolotls from childhood? I'm serious.
It's like your Berenstain Bears. I mean, I think that I think because we have internet access and like everybody has a camera in their pocket and we can shoot pictures all around the universe, I think people are more aware of things that would have been exotic to us at one point. We didn't have sushi when I was a kid either. You know what I mean?
We had sushi when I was a kid.
Well, because I was a kid before you.
It was only Emily Beebe's family that ate there. But there was a sushi restaurant.
Sushi was like a development that came to my neighborhood and came into existence for me like somewhere on the journey. Maybe when I was like 10 or something. Is the first time I ever heard of sushi. And my family lived in Japan.
I mean, well, that's wild. Element. Well, we're getting into this party season. And let me just tell you how important it is to replenish those electrolytes.
Yeah. And you know, it's been getting me through this time without heat in my house. Hot Element. The chocolate element
you
hot.
like the hot chocolate. Yes, it's so good.
Oh, with a little splash of whatever milk you like in it.
Yes,
it's
great.
so good for me. Thank you, Element.
I love that. Element, in case you don't know, you've missed it, you haven't been paying attention. It's a tasty electrolyte drink mix with everything you need, nothing you don't, lots of salt, no sugar. It contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio, 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, 60 milligrams magnesium, no junk, no sugar, no coloring, no artificial ingredients, no gluten, no fillers, no BS. And it's formulated to help anyone with their electrolyte needs and is perfectly suited for anyone following any kind of diet like keto or low carb or paleo. Electrolytes are important. They facilitate hundreds of functions in your body, including the conduction of nerve impulses, hormonal regulation, nutrient absorption, fluid balance. I've been noticing I have had really bad fluid balance the last few days. And guess what? Today I realized I need an Element. And I had one.
I'm glad. You got to take care of yourself.
You really do. Yeah, like it's not just sweat, guys. What about if you're crying for fucking days at a time?
A lot.
You know what I mean? Well, maybe if you're crying for days at a time, you need to replenish your electrolytes. Let's just consider it. And I don't know what you're going through in your life, but I know that crying for me has been a thing.
Crying is a sport for you.
Oh my God. I was going to say, that was my next thing. Caissie, you beat me to it because Element's used by everyone from the NBA, NFL, NHL players, Olympic athletes, Navy SEALs, to just people who cry as a sport like myself. And Caissie, who's just hanging out. Anyway, right now, Element is offering our listeners a free sample pack with any drink mix purchase. That's 8 single serving packets free with any Element drink mix purchase. It's a great way to try all 8 flavors, or you can share Element with a salty friend. Get yours at drinklmnt.com/best. This deal is only available through our link. You must go to drinklmnt.com/best. That's drinklmnt.com/best. Try it totally risk-free. If you don't like it, you can just share it with a salty friend and they will give you your money back, no questions asked. Cornbread. I love that the name of this THC gummy is cornbread.
It's so festive for fall.
I don't know why I love it so much, but it's so cute. Yeah. But it's like, I think it's because it's like, it's America's first USDA organic THC edible, and it's proudly grown in Kentucky. And I just feel like they're just like cornbread. I don't know, but I like it. I like that that's the name. They're a natural and healthier way to have a very carefree moment. Cornbread's THC gummies offer a balanced sense of happiness and relaxation. There's a 1-to-1 THC to CBD ratio, perfect for taking the edge off without making you feel anxious or paranoid. Thank God, no one needs that shit. 10 milligrams of THC per gummy, that might be a lot for you. It's maybe half.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
I need a half-size is what I need.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I love that it's so specific about what the dose is because, you know, you need to know. You need to know what's right for you.
Then you know.
Yeah.
Also, cornbread uses no harsh solvents like petrochemicals or industrial acids, unlike most hemp THC products. No synthetic ingredients. And it is Farm Bill compliant and legal for adults over 21. I love a little cornbread THC gummy. I'm not going to lie. It's really the best.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a healthier way to enjoy a carefree moment, you got to give cornbread hemp a try. They've created the first ever USDA organic THC gummy that's 100% legal. As a special offer for Busy Phillips is Doing Your Best listeners, you can get 30% off your first order. Just visit cornbreadhemp.com/best and use promo code BEST at checkout. Again, that's cornbreadhemp.com/best and use BEST for 30% off your first order. Cheers to a healthier happy hour.
Do you want to talk about how you're doing?
I mean, not really.
Is probably.
Yeah, I don't really think I don't think I should in this moment.
Okay.
Talk about how I'm doing.
I know you did say one thing on Instagram because, of course, people texted me.
What did I say on Instagram?
Just that you were like crying and there's too much crying and,
Oh, yeah, there's too much fucking crying. There's too much grief.
Yeah.
In this economy?
And then Gina ate your tissues.
Oh, last night, yeah. I met up with my friend Jordan and her friend Kate and their other friend Dana. Jordan and Kate live in LA and Dana lives here. But we went and saw Robin Pecknold, from Fleet Foxes.
Uh-huh.
He's doing like a tour where he's playing acoustic. It was really lovely, really beautiful. And it was really nice. We were like in this like, special section, like VIP area with like up on the balcony at the Bowery Ballroom. And so we're like looking down on the stage. And there was this man, and so if you guys know who Robin Pecknold is from Fleet Foxes, he's the lead singer of Fleet Foxes. He's Fleet Foxes basically, but he's doing like this solo acoustic. So it's like he's on stage. It's just it's a stool. It's a couple amps. It's like a little low table with his like tea and his fucking water, And then on the ground he's got his like papers of his, because he does some like Joni covers and like he's just really, he does Judy Sill, who I love, Arthur Russell, like it's just like a really beautiful, like quiet, small, lovely, intimate show. And we're looking down and I notice, so there's, people are right up against the stage, and there's this man. And when I tell you that his jacket, he had placed, his jacket was essentially, it was like on top of all, like it was like,
yeah,
he was on the stage and he was like leaning his both elbows forward. He was 1.5 feet from Robin Pecknold, the singer, for the entire show, and taking videos from that angle and whatever. And I just was like, the hubris of a fucking man to like just put your shit on someone else's fucking stage. It's not your fucking stage. Get the fuck off. I was enraged.
I hear it.
Fucking
I hear
enraged. And no, but not even a semblance of a thought that like, hey, maybe the whole world isn't just for me.
Right.
I appreciate that you're a fucking fan and that you got there early so you could stand right up close. But do you think that anyone needs to like put all of your belongings on the stage and then like lean for, like, I just hate men so intensely. I hate them. I have never seen a woman do something like that ever in my fucking life, and I have seen some horrible women. And like when Karens exist, which obviously they do, their shit is always this like wild, misdirected rage. Yeah. You know what I mean? And yes, like a lot of times these Karens are fucking racist motherfuckers, right? And like that's the expression comes out in their like weird racism. But it's like about their dad or their husband or whatever.
It's the power that they think they can have.
It's the power that the only power they think they can have.
Yeah.
When it's like a Karen like that. This is just like a guy on a fucking Monday night at an acoustic show spreading his shit all over a stage and like on this guy's like wires and setup. And like, I just could not, at a certain point, I like could not even focus on
because it was just
the
like
show
under your skin.
Because it was under my skin. Because he was also like front and center, which again, I'm like, Dude, yes, I'm sure you got there at fucking, I got there at, the girls and I rolled in at 9:30 and at 9:32 he started playing. I get it. Like you fucking got there at 5:30 at doors. You've been there the whole time. I get it, man. But there was a coat check downstairs. I'm just going to say, you know what I mean? There are like the amount of times that a man has such little regard for anyone else's fucking experience in life because they're just there taking up fucking air and space and they're so fucking
you
not worth it.
You have to read or watch the show. Read the book or watch the show Dietland if it's available to watch. My friend Joanne Nash was the star of the Dietland show, and one of Matt's classmates from Bennington is the author of the book. Sarai Walker, I believe, was one of my husband's classmates at Bennington. But anyway, Dietland would be very healing for you at this time.
Nothing is healing for me. We're post-healing. We're in fucking hell. And like as if these fucking tapes the Matt Gaetz thing is going to make a goddamn difference. No one gives a shit. Donald Trump is a rapist. No one fucking cares.
It's
texted you a
wild.
photo.
It's very wild. And you just want to be like, it's insane. Like his coat is literally over the man's like electrical setup to the point where I'm like, your coat could catch on fire, dude.
His hands fully on the stage.
And they're big hands too.
This is where, oh my God, he was very tall. That's the other thing. Never mind this poor fucking girl standing behind him. You think he fucking cares about anyone else's experience? No. Because he's just some fucking mediocre man. That's it. They just get to take up as much fucking space as they want and do whatever the fuck they want. Well, good for him. You ruined my time.
I hate that.
Not the first time a man has ruined my experiences in
and
life.
I'm sorry to say, it probably will not be your last this week.
Today.
Well, I can also, not to Susie Sunshine it, I can also let you know that I went to see A Very Good Man. Our friend Ted Leo had his 20th anniversary show for his album with the Pharmacist, Shake the Sheets. Ted, as you know, played with us in New Jersey when we did a live show in New Jersey with Dope Queen Phoebe Robinson was our guest. It was so much fun. Love Ted Leo. He puts on the best show still, and I wish you had been there because I think it would have made you feel a little better. Because I think everyone was I think the crowd was pretty respectful and pretty.
I'm sure there was some fucking dude there. There was.
I'm sure, as a matter of fact, I think I did see like a social media post about like some girl was like, some dude shoved me, which like, by the way, Ted would never,
of course,
put up with that if he knew that was happening in the audience. But it's just like, yeah, where bros go, I'm sorry, that sucks because I feel like music is your refuge. And so to have something spoil it
wasn't even spoiled. It just was so it was like just such a fucking perfect illustration of this world, of this fucking ridiculous current world. And I was like we were like lolling about it because it was so absurd. And I was like laughing about it until I realized like that is it. Yeah. That's fucking everything. It's fucking everything. And it's exhausting. At best, it's ignorant and self-centered. And at worst, it's malicious.
Well, I think that's the insidious part, right? Is like the cluelessness The cluelessness is what makes it impossible to tell the might be okay guys from the really bad guys. But because of the way the world, as you said, is for them in every way, it doesn't require them to have a clue about what might be inconsiderate. And so unless somebody is exceptionally observant and exceptionally sympathetic to the people around them, they're going to go with the path of least resistance, which is like the cluelessness. And that sucks because that's what makes it impossible to know if someone's like a legit shitbag or just a dumbass, you know? And like, it's sad that you're hoping for dumbass, that you're rooting for dumbass.
It's sad that that's best case scenario.
That's best case scenario, yeah. The bar, again, is so low. And you're like rooting for someone to do the bare minimum, below bare minimum. What'd you lose?
Everything. I've lost everything. Oh, it's Emily Beebe's birthday coming up. And you know what?
What?
I might get her.
What?
I might make a donation to Cuddly.
Oh, she would love that.
Yeah, because she loves animal welfares, rescues, and Cuddly is a fundraising platform that supports animal welfare organizations all over the world. They have over 4,000 shelters and rescues that trust Cuddly to raise funds and receive donations of supplies for the animals in their care. I also had some things that I needed to donate here in New York and went on Cuddly and found where I could donate them.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
I know.
And it's
me too.
It's the time of year when shelters really need support from people who aren't able to foster animals or whatever. So
right, because you know what also is going to happen? Those gift animals that get returned.
Right.
Whoa.
Which is, yeah, that's a rough one.
Yeah. But Cuddly thoroughly vets and verifies every rescue organization they work with. So unlike other fundraising platforms, you are certain that your donation is actually going to an animal in need. In order to join Cuddly, an organization must be a 501c3 nonprofit in good standing, and all donations made through Cuddly are tax deductible. It's incredibly easy to access your donation receipt to file for your taxes, and your donation history is clearly visible in your donor account, and Cuddly even puts them all in a single document for you. Also, we know it can be hard to choose just one animal to donate to, and Cuddly makes that easy too. When you make a one-time donation, Cuddly distributes the contributions to the animals and organizations with the greatest needs each month. Now your dollar goes even further. For every $20 donated through a one-time donation, Cuddly will gift a soft and snuggly blanket to a rescue animal in need. Head to cuddly.com/best today to make a donation and help make a difference. That's cuddly.com/best. When you're thinking about like businesses that are selling all the time, ABS, always be selling aloe or Allbirds. You think about the great product, whatever. It's a cool brand, good marketing, but very often an overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business making selling and for the shoppers buying simple. And for millions and millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. It is home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not so secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going up. Also, we use Shopify for our merch, guys.
It's
Shopify
true.
It up.
That's how easy it is. If we can do
That's how easy it is that we were able to figure it out.
Yeah.
If you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, everywhere in between. Your house, I don't know. I don't know what's happening out there, guys. All I'm saying, businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. It's not a secret that businesses that want to grow with Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that we use for our merch. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/herbest, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/herbest to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/herbest.
How are things going in the house?
It's good. It's fine. My hair looks good. I'm like a mouse right now. I'm just a little mouse.
Just digging around.
Digging around for some chocolate chips.
Is that what you're looking for?
Kind of, yeah. You like chocolate for me? Ooh, paintbrushes? Where'd you come from? Interesting. You know, here's what Anne Lamott says. 2 things.
Well, say it into your microphone.
Hold on. Anne Lamott says a thing that we've quoted many times, which is, if people wanted you to write about them warmly, they should have treated you better. I very much agree with that.
I do too.
Everyone has a choice on how they treat people.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
Well,
but she also says, what?
No, I was going to say that's where the whole like fuck around and find out, which is the thing that I've most been seeing people repeat, fuck around and find out. Like, it's so sad that we should be like, hey, go around and live your life like someone might write a story about you or report on what you're doing. You know, like, because who wants to live like that? But the truth is, when people feel like they're not being observed, like nobody's looking, like they can get away with something, they do a lot of times, you know?
Yeah. I also think that it's not even that. I don't even think it's that people think they can get away with something. I think it's that people are so deeply, like, deeply self-involved. Like deeply, deeply self-obsessed. And they don't think about anyone else or anyone else's experience. Even if they think they do, they're really actually not. They're really actually only motivated and only driven by their own. Yeah. And it's wild if you're a person who is not that way. And I would say that like a lot of women can't be that way because, of course, as soon as if you become a mother, but also if you're a person who mothers in any way, if you're a woman who nurtures or mothers in any way, that piece doesn't exist for you. You're constantly like taking stock and thinking about the various consequences of actions that you might take.
Right.
For yourself, for those that you love dearly, for those that you've promised to take care of, for your community, for a community you're not a part of, for fucking people overseas. Like, women just have that thing. Sort of the thread is in them.
I think, I definitely think much more. And I think listen, I do think it's confusing. I think we give people conflicting messages because I think we tell people, you know, we need to be considerate. We need to take care of each other on the one hand. But then on the other hand, we're constantly told, like, don't let anyone ever tell you no. Don't let anyone ever hold you back from doing anything that you want to do. And like, those things are true, but also not if what you want to do is fucking harmful to someone else. And
well, it's all context. It's all contextual.
Exactly. So I think like people might be like a little confused right now, which I hate.
No, people are fucking stupid.
Yeah. People.
I'm sorry.
No.
But like,
you're right. You saw
people are out here fucking dumb.
You saw that the day after the election, like one of the top Google searches. I mean, is this true?
Don't even.
One of the top Google searches was, "Can I change my vote?"
Don't tell me that. I don't need to know it.
But I mean, this shit has been, you know, these tricks have been working for years.
Guess what, motherfuckers? No, you can't change your vote.
You can't change your vote. You can't even get your vote to vote sometimes, even if you did all the right things. I've also seen so many people that are like, my registrar says my vote was never counted. And like, I'm not saying it would make a difference. I just feel so badly for those people because some people really do take that responsibility. I saw someone today who was like, I'm just in tears. Today is the deadline in my state. My vote is still uncounted at my state registrar, and my perfect voting record since I turned 18 is over. And like you could just tell they were taking it so hard. And would that one vote make a difference in a state? No, but it makes a difference to that person and to how engaged they feel in this process. But I think a lot of people are feeling disenfranchised by so many things recently. And like a lot of people are very hopeful still. And I think that's great too. Like I am, hope springs eternal. I always remain hopeful that something good will happen. But I think a lot of people are feeling kind of, kind of fucked over by this very, very imperfect and often shitty system. And like, what will that do to these people individually? Will it radicalize them? Will they double down even harder to be more dedicated to engaging in the process of democracy in the future? Or will they walk away from it because it's too heartbreaking and become one of the several million people that didn't even bother to vote? I don't know.
Well, good luck to us all.
But, okay. Well, I'm coming back to New York to see you.
I know. I'm so happy.
And we're going to do some fun stuff. I think people were so nice about the Zachary Quinto show. People watched Zachary Quinto on Busy This Week, last week. Tonight, if you're listening to this on Wednesday or whenever you're listening to this, you can watch this show on that night. Rosie O'Donnell is going to be on Busy This Week. It's such a fun episode. I can't wait for people to see it.
Superstar Rosie O'Donnell?
Superstar Rosie O'Donnell from the Flintstones movie? I love that seems to be her favorite movie that she was ever in.
She was a huge fan.
She was a huge fan, but it's just, I mean, she was in some bangers, but it's funny that the Flintstones.
She's an amazing actress.
She really is a good actress. Which I love because I don't know if she told this story on our podcast, but, when she was in college for a short time, she was studying acting, and this one acting professor was really shitty to her. And I think she was doing a monologue or whatever, and the guy cut her off and said, "Ms. O'Donnell, the role of Rhoda Morgenstern has already been cast." And like dismissed her.
Rude.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's like when someone who works at a store is like shitty to you and you're like, you work at the store. Like, I'm trying to shop at the store. We're the same, you and me. I'm like, you're an acting teacher at a college. That's amazing. That's quite an accomplishment. But it's not like you're not Alan Rickman.
Marlon Brando.
You're not Marlon Brando. I love that. I'm like, I went to Alan Rickman as the...
You and Cricket.
Love Alan Rickman. I'm just saying.
You and fucking Cricks.
You're not, Brendan Fraser. Recent Oscar winner, Brendan Fraser.
Fucking crazy person. Oh, God.
Anyway, so Rosie's on the show tonight. And then I'm going back to New York because we're taping one last episode for the holiday season.
Huge season finale.
Huge
of the holidays.
Season finale.
Spectacular.
I'll
try to make it through without crying.
What?
I said I'll try to make it through without crying.
Oh my God. Well, you know what is going to be a little funny is that we have already taped one little bit of it, and then
my hair is going to look totally different.
You've done some cosmetic changes. So
mean, it's just my hair.
Just your hair and you got under eye rejuve.
Well, it wasn't rejuvenate. It was it's like PRP.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to tell.
Well, I hope you can
builds.
tell. I hope it looks better. Otherwise, you wasted your money.
No. It's like that PRP thing. Like it's like over time. It's not immediate.
Oh, okay. It's going to kick in.
Well,
later.
Supposedly it's not. It's a new kind of PRP, like PTSD.
Don't get that injected into you.
No, honey, that is inside of me. That is in me. It is in me. She lives with it daily.
Oh my gosh.
For real, though.
I don't know what it was. I tried to look it up, but I don't know.
Hold on, let me just look it up. Second be correct.
Did it hurt?
But I still think the only option is really like lower bleph for me.
Oh my gosh. My group chat, I introduced them to my dermatologist is in a plastic surgeon's office. And I didn't know this, but he's like a pretty famous Beverly Hills plastic surgeon, like on social media, pretty famous.
What's his name?
Dr. Truesdale.
Okay.
And so I have been sending videos from his Instagram to the group chat, and you never know when you introduce something to your group chat, like if it's going to catch on as like a trend. But now my group chat all watches Dr. Truesdale videos, and they're all sending like exceptional work done by him. And so I feel good for Dr. Truesdale, and I feel good for myself that I started a group chat trend that caught on, with my friends.
I have a new hat I've been wearing.
Oh, is it cute?
It's the All Fours group chat hat.
Oh, Miranda July.
Miranda made these hats and then sent them out to some of her friends.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Okay, the thing that I put under did under my eyes is called, PRFM, and it's platelet-rich fibrin matrix. So they like take your blood, they spin it, and then they thicken it to make a bioregenerative treatment.
Wow.
Results last between 1 to 2 years, but you have to but it grows, because it's like platelet. Who fucking knows, guys? I don't know. It's all bullshit. Who cares?
Who knows? I feel like I would want to get someone else's blood. I would want to get better blood than mine.
No. You want your own blood. No.
I feel like I would spring extra.
Don't be insane.
I would spring extra for someone excellent's blood.
Who? George
Who
Clooney?
knows? Yeah.
Amal?
No, well, I don't know if I'd take George Clooney's blood, but maybe whose blood would you be in the market for? Martha Stewart. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Serena Williams,
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who looks really, really good and has stayed looking really, really good for a long time. Well, there's countless people, and I'm sure many of them.
I mean, you. You know what I mean? Let's not be crazy. You.
Well, that's very sweet.
You're 100 years old.
I feel like it. No shit. Especially just all cold in my house by the fire. Ugh. I feel 186 years old this week.
I feel so fucking, I feel worked. I feel like I'm in, I can't finish a sentence. One thing you need to know. It's just not, it's been too, it's 100.
You can't say what you feel like you're in because you've never been in it before. It just doesn't compare to anything.
I have one quick thing, and I actually have to go to this birthday party at 5 p.m., which is in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Basically. So maybe I won't bring this up now. We can talk about it next week.
Say,
I didn't even finish the thing that Anne Lamott thought. Jesus Christ. The other thing that Anne Lamott says is like not to write about things until you've processed them.
Right.
And I think that's really important. And the last several years in my life doing this podcast weekly, there's been a lot of like real time processing. And then there's been a lot of times where like, and then previously on Busy's life, and then previously on social media, like I think I was like sort of processing things publicly in ways both sort of like, you know, more subversive or more overt, depending, you know what I mean? And people like would draw their own conclusions or whatever is happening, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's all complicated to like be a person, you know? It's very complicated to be like a person existing in this time with social media and it doesn't even matter if you're like a public person, to be honest, because you can make a 97-part TikTok, who the fuck did I marry, and like go viral.
Right.
You know, with your own story of whatever and get like a book deal and
right.
like fucking a movie deal, whatever.
Right.
But I don't know. There's so much that we're all trying to collectively process, I think, grief-wise. And I think to my own experience, speaking to my own life, like these last 4 years, I mean, honestly, these last 5 years have been really overwhelming for me, circumstantially. And a lot of times things that you couldn't see coming.
Right.
And some of it I have like processed publicly and talked about openly. And some of it like I haven't at all. And neither one is better and neither one makes it easier. And I don't know. I guess since I love astrology and crystals, I guess I should be excited because apparently today Pluto's moving to a different thing for the rest of my life or some shit. And,
yeah, for a long time.
rest of my lifetime.
The dawning of the age of Aquarius.
Yeah, it's supposed to be great for me. And I hope so. I fucking hope so. I'm fucking done with the grief and like with I'm done with grief and I'm done with cruelty. And I'm done with men ruining my good fucking time. Get your shit off my stage, bitch. On that note,
you have a birthday party to get to?
Yeah. With my sinus infection. It's just like 5 p.m. drinks. I'm just going to go. I don't feel well. So I'm like, I got to get better for our big extravaganza on Friday.
Our extravaganza.
So I'm going to just put on a fancy dress and some eyeliner and run over and then run right on back to my hot bath.
Well, that sounds good. That sounds like what you're doing your best at.
Oh. Sure.
I mean, sometimes that's what it is, right? Sometimes it's doing a podcast in a plush, slutty bathrobe because your house is ice cold and it's the best you can do. And
best you can do.
You got to pack to go do your thing. But I'm excited to see you. I'm sorry things are hard right now.
Dude, you and me.
Not just for you. You know, I'm sorry to everyone.
Both. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like whatever the opposite of an embarrassment of riches is.
Yeah.
It is actually an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment of an embarrassment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of grief. It's an embarrassment of grief.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
It's
And an embarrassment of
riches. Wait, an embarrassment of riches. Wait, a humiliation of grief.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Does that work?
yeah, I think it does.
Sure.
I think yeah, I think it will resonate with some people and everybody, I hope you're all just taking care of each other and finding comfort when you can. I'm so grateful to everybody that's been reaching out saying that the QVC show is bringing them a lot of comfort. And especially
So nice,
when a
guys.
lot of
Thank
the
you.
things that people have regularly been watching, they're kind of done with that too. Like they're kind of quitting a lot of the things they had been hitting in the past. Just with,
I can't watch anything right now. I'm
yeah.
like a disaster mess.
So we just are trying to
I
make
can't even watch
something.
that fucking Kristen Bell whatever show. I like can't even watch that. The Adam Brody
That's a good
Kristen
one.
Bell
I
one.
mean, I'll watch Adam Brody do any. I would watch Adam Brody smother me, which is gross. That's a very millennial
Can we not? Can we
thing to
not?
say. Yeah,
Can
yeah.
we not?
I'm.
No.
I mean,
We're gonna take
listen,
it back.
we're
We're
gonna.
gonna take it
I take
back.
it back. I take it back. But I do love him, and I would watch him do any type of acting. And Kristen Bell's great in it. Everybody loved it. Everybody loves the kiss. It's worth watching for the kiss. It's very
I don't know
hopeful.
if I'm in the mood.
I get it.
But I love you.
I get it. I get it. All right.
I
Well,
love
take
you.
good care of each other.
Yeah, be nice. There's no reason to be anything but nice.
And next week we have a guest, which is I think we can say Zachary Quinto is our guest next week.
He had so much fun. He was like, put me on the pod. My dear Zachary Quinto. I love him so much.
So that's exciting.
Can't wait.
And yeah, and we'll talk to you next week. We love you so much.
Love you guys.
Bye.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
Oh no.